That's just great hustle, both of them up. Everything's good.
Shot clock winding down to the 3, knocked down by Sean McNeil.
And the first for Wesson.
McNeil, 3.
There's your answer. How do you get him open?
They resulted in some goose eggs on those trips. Ohio State came up empty, then Robert Morris as well.
Sean McNeil was able to find Justice Suing as it rolled around the basket. 2020, now we see him back in action for Ohio State is a great sign.
And he's looked good to start, 9 points for Suing.
And just like that, it's like he heard us talking about him, Justice Suing.
Colonials drop into a 2-3 zone here instead of the man-to-man.
McNeil pops the 3 from deep. Splash, Sean McNeil. Ohio State leads 42-28.
Things come full circle. Him and Andrew Toole know each other well. They've played each other a couple times.
Cheeks is blocked by McNeil, and the ball goes Ohio State's way.
These first few games are just critical to develop chemistry, see what they can put together, and watch Key on the wing here.
And there's Key again, the two-hand flush, raising the roof as he runs up the floor. 114 games at Oklahoma State. McNeil, the recipient of the pass for 3.
Too often, he's an elite scorer, like I said, a walking bucket, but it's at this end, they're gonna have to toughen up, and you can't leave open shooters like that.
Look at that. That's a shooter's touch when it dies on the back iron and drops like that for Sean McNeil.
Looking for McNeil in the corner.
And McNeil hits the 2. Up the floor to McNeil, step in deep 2, rolls off, there's Key again, cleaning the offensive glass. Oh, what a move down the baseline. McNeil there to tip in the miss.
Excellent basketball. This is not Coach Marty Simmons' first rodeo. He has a brilliant basketball mind. He's coached and been successful everywhere.
Key physical in deep.
Get some nerves early, they'll get settled in, and they'll start making some shots.
They're looking to go to the post here, Zed Key, and he finishes and 1.
Big boy basketball.
5-2 early on. We played almost 5 minutes here in Maui. Trying to establish the post. Instead, they go to McNeil. Pump fake, pull-up jumper. And it rolls in off the soft rim. 10 on the shot clock as McNeil drives and finishes over the arm of Mensah. McNeil has the last 7 points for the Buckeyes. Here he is, thought about it. Pump fake, reload, okay! A rope dump off, but Gale Jr. was there. Doesn't have numbers. Wisely pulls it back. McNeil, oh! That was from the mainland! Thornton. Trammell's not going anywhere. McNeil sets up his man. Oh!
Cincinnati's got Ohio State pushed back so far.
McNeil elevates and makes a tough shot.
Wow.
We haven't said Sensabaugh's name very much. He has been a consistent double-figure scorer for the Buckeyes. Right now, McNeil starting to feel it, and when he gets hot, he gets really hot. 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 3 steals. Suing the kick. The extra pass to McNeil. And it goes. Misses the 3, and a strong rebound in traffic by Thornton.
Is anything that he does not strong?
Yeah. McNeil, another look, and another 3. And the lead grows for the Buckeyes.
I think for the Red Raiders to be the team that they can be.
And you said it, when McNeil's feeling it, he is feeling it. Now he drops in a floater.
Open a rebound on the home floor. Justice Suing. He's looking to get into a rhythm early after some foul trouble stymied him against Duke. Quick offensive board and the follow-up hammer.
2-3 action here by St. Francis. Now, if you're Ohio State, you've got to move the ball. You've got enough shooters on the floor. Move it, though.
They're feeling it from deep early on. Good defense from Suing there on Whistler Sanded. Corner 3 for McNeil. That Key back in down low and calling for it. Nice denial from Cohen. McNeil hoists the trigger. Trey got it to go. McNeil knocked down a 3 in that opening half. Nice fake, turns it into 2.
And find your shooter a shot.
That snaps a 9-0 run. The triple by Bryce Sensabaugh.
You have those two guys and their 2 losses. It could have been a different story.
Pressure handled nicely by the freshman, and he finds Sean McNeil wide open in the corner.
Still very raw, but he can shoot the basketball. Big-time shot blocker.
The LSU transfer, Hyatt, had it knocked away. McNeil, good defense.
As soon as it gets to the corner, now Rutgers going to play a man-to-man. Great ducking by that team.
My goodness.
Ohio State moving the ball against the zone. Look at the way Zed Key ducks it.
Played here professionally with the Knicks, his first trip back in a long time. And his team off to a good start. McNeil gave up an open look, and a runner goes.
How about that, huh? Thornton get a lot of minutes out with those fouls. Little string-out job here.
Trying to trap McNeil that left Thornton open, and he buried a 3, made him pay. McNeil gave up 1 shot for that one, and he knew what he was doing.
He's got a great pull-up game, big-time presentation.
They got it down to 1 at 46-45. It's as close as they've been.
They haven't gotten it around to shooting whatsoever. Big-time drill.
McNeil just buries a 3.
A very simple exchange.
Here's Sean McNeil. He'll work it around to Zed Key. Justice Suing to skip into the corner, and now Thornton will try from deep. And Bruce Thornton with an early 3 to get the Buckeyes on the board. Now, Chris Holtman said, I'm bullish on our 4 freshmen. He made the real point of saying, it's not just the top 2 that you hear all the buzz about. I'm bullish on all 4 of these guys, and the 3 drops for Bryce Sensabaugh. Back out it goes for McNeil. McNeil cans the 3.
That's exactly what they got McNeil for.
Nebraska is usually towards the bottom. They've got to win over a top 10 team this year. They took Purdue to overtime. They're battling.
Nebraska basically contributed to the incredible slide that Creighton's on right now.
And a deep 3 for Sean McNeil.
I like with Thornton, he has done a good job as a point guard. It's tough being a freshman point guard that he's distributed, he's guarded, he's got a little bit of everything.
Messiah Thompson averaging 11 points per game, blocked by McNeil and kept in play. Thornton there to start it up the floor.
Mentioned early, it's important to stay in front of the offensive player.
Play for Justice Suing after the foul on Amari Peak.
Good job of seeing the court, running the court, kicking ahead. Again, I talked about Thornton distributing as a freshman, not forcing the action.
A couple of 6'10" guys up front. Akinobi at 7 foot. Thornton in the corner to McNeil. He'll try from distance and he'll hit.
We talked about it. They've been fouls. It's not like questionable fouls. They've been very, very physical. Good start for the Buckeyes. Good penetrating kick and the wide open 3 for McNeil.
Reset on the offense. 2 minutes gone by. Inside look and intercepted. Sean McNeil read that one perfectly.
Boy, Northwestern's fortunate. If McNeil catches that cleanly, he gets an open look from 3.
Instead, the 3, nothing but twine from Tanner Holden. This is example number 1.
Well, see, you see that Northwestern's going to double team the post, but whenever they do, no, it didn't hurt anything. We got to a Final Four. I'm not complaining.
No, not at all. Shot clock winding down. Deep 3, McNeil rattles it in. Ooh. I should say for Northwestern, this is from O'Hare.
Well, you know, you look at Boo Boo, he's in good position.
To the basket, dumps it down, and McNeil will peel it back. Deep J, count it. This man, he had the ball in his hands a lot. McNeil, pull-up jumper, 20-footer. 10 to shoot. McNeil, 7 to shoot. Top of the arc. Bam! He grounded it home. With 40.3 to go.
In order for this play, look, he wants to get it inside. But then Opara came up just enough of his body to get on Lawyer.
His presence on the floor, his enthusiasm, his passion, his physicality. If he can make an 8 to 10 foot shot consistently, look out.
Sean McNeil with a 3, the first bucket for Ohio State.
comes from their terrific three-point marksman.
You throw ahead, likely have to reset the offense here with 17 seconds left.
Sensabaugh puts up a three, or do that indeed. He is a 45% shooter now. McNeil has Reese on the switch, shot fake, leans in, and rattles it home for three. The second for Sean McNeil.
Easy, no driver, hand. Good, same way.
And McNeil hits the three.
We're good. Let it in. Let it in there.
McNeil, top of the arc. Yes.
Going to try and create some confusion. Here goes the cut. Watch the lift cut up.
Down inside to Payne. Stripped by McNeil.
Nice Terry. Hands.
Two-possession game.
He is a warrior on the offensive glass, and he is a handful posting up.
The tip, Sean McNeil draws the turnover, and again, Key is leaking out, and the thunderous dunk. He's got a quick 4 points. Sensabaugh thought about it. Instead, he works it around to the top of the key. Sean McNeil going to work, a fadeaway three-point shot that drops. A defense that has held all opponents to under their scoring average this year. That is 17 games in. And trying to silence the crowd, Sean McNeil with another three. Here's Sensabaugh, the first time we've seen him here in the second half, coming off the bench here today. As Chris Holtman has shaken up the starting lineup once again, and McNeil has another three-point make and make it three on the day.
Didn't have the right play. Where do I go? Coach, I'll just take it. Coach Holtman says, you do that.
A far more locked-in, defensive-minded squad than maybe years past.
6 to shoot. Buckeyes have had to work for every shot, and McNeil from the elbow gets 2.
Field goal offerings tonight.
And if you're a Buckeye fan, you've got to be watching this going, I can't believe they've got a shot to grab the lead here. McNeil gives them the lead for the first time since it was 2-0. Key with the block. Buckeyes to the other end. Suing in the corner to McNeil for 3.
Nice pass there by Suing.
Tominaga leaving it for Walker, the hammer. Caroms away, and McNeil the rebound. McNeil the trailer for 3, and the Buckeyes cash in on the miss.
And if you are Ohio State, you have to take advantage now with Derek Walker, the facilitator, on the bench for Nebraska.
Inside the key, they go right down low, and he gets 2.
Nice patience too right there by Likely.
He's got 5. Hawkeyes turn it over. McNeil the other way, straight away Jay.
Sides inside, and McNeil fresh out the dentist chair.
Akpara playing with great energy coming off the bench here in the first half.
And that's what you need. When you're struggling, you need to have guys that are playing like that, and McNeil.
And he'll get the row.
From the three-point line, going with multiple threes in the game and no hesitation whatsoever, even when he's deep.
All Big Ten players of the year, Luka Garza and the Murray brothers.
And All-Americans. And why wouldn't you want to play for Coach Fran? And a good play coming out of the timeout by Ohio State, recognizing the Iowa defense.
Here against Illinois, it's the longest streak since Ohio State had won 4 straight in this building since 77 to 80. Bringing it, but you better get back. McNeil, the triple from the corner. What a start for Sean McNeil. First off the handoff, front court players league. Because all 4 of those guys, so talented.
So is Suing. McNeil into Zed Key. Key with the left hand, got it and 1. And here come the Buckeyes. Been that long. Sends the ball. Knocks it down.
Championships at Mount Vernon with Jalen Hood-Shavino.
Right, their best buds.
That's right.
McNeil, 16-footer. Got it and the foul.
And this time they confused on the switch.
McNeil, pick and roll with Key. Leans in. Got it and another foul. And 1 opportunity for Sean McNeil.
Right on his back, Tamar Bates slowed down, but he maintained his focus and concentration right through the contact. Another opportunity.
Jackson Davis. And it's stolen by McNeil.
He'll raise it to the front court. And it's again.
One of the few mistakes, the one-handed pass gets deflected. And again, when you do that, you don't have balance in transition. McNeil did the smart thing. Brace for contact, but maintain your focus on the rim.
Renewed now. Explodes down the lane. Lost it. Picked up. Likely. Playing with 4 fouls. And lob. Bam. Now McNeil on the weave. Step back 3. Got it.
They're working through it and playing extremely great basketball right now.
Zach Key calling for it inside. McNeil. Top of the arc, and he knocks down a 20-footer. Basket here. Could make things interesting for Ohio State. Inside, Key, nice move as he rolled over.
These 2 freshman point guards a good matchup too. Thornton had a great early part of the season.
A McNeil baseline jumper, it's a beauty. Here's Thornton for 3, left side, it's good. That was a good find by McNeil. Yeah, he may not have started, but his minutes are not going to be diminished. Here's Key. Mid-range jumper, it's good. He was left wide open for that one. That was a good find by McNeil. Well, there you go. Open in front of the bench. Steps in front of the line, gets the roll.
You know, I'd like to see him not take that to catch and shoot the 3 there.
The attention to detail paid off for the Wildcats. That was the first tray either way so far tonight. McNeil using the glass. Either way, it ought to be great to watch, and I wish Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson all the best with their first ever Super Bowl call. Comes likely the other way. Another tap out by Zed. Key getting it out there, and McNeil brings it.
And 7 PFs. Any way you slice those numbers, it's ugly.
There we go. Sean McNeil for 2, and we're tied.
And his teams typically buy into everything he's trying to get them sold. And there you see Sean McNeil with a quick release. Rodney Gale doing a nice job keeping that ball alive.
McNeil in rhythm 3. Good again.
Establish and set up defensively, and then continue to talk about what they're going to do offensively.
Turnover by Michigan State. The Big Ten tournament. McNeil with 5 off glass for 2.
A paint touch for Key, second leading scorer. Swing it to McNeil. That's a good look for Ohio State's best three-point shooter.
I think Chris Murray is as talented and has as much upside as anybody in this league.
This is a league with maybe the 2 best players in the country. Zach Edey, Trace Jackson Davis. Very little flinch from Chris Watt to our right. 2 to shoot, McNeil. Oh, McNeil! Desperation heave for the 3. One of the older players suing for the veteran McNeil. And McNeil now 5 for 5 from the field for 16 points.
I think maybe the most impressive thing about him is that I think Fran McCaffrey would feel comfortable putting him at all 5 positions, and he'd know the plays at all 5 positions.
A little stretch for Purdue. They've hit their last 4. You wonder how long Chris Holtman can keep out Tara on the bench. Here's McNeil. Elevates long 2. Got it. Big shot for the Buckeyes. Ohio State starting 4 freshmen in this game. No Zed Key if you've just joined us, as McNeil has knocked in back-to-back buckets.
And without Williams also, who you touched on a moment ago, fewer times they have to put it down on the blocks to somebody else.
Good looking stroke. Sensabaugh. Chase Martin, who handles the basketball. Getting a chance in these final moments. Also Carson Barrett, junior out of Lafayette, Indiana. On a 10-3 start. Just crazy to think how precipitous their fall has been.
It's deceptive how quick he is, because you look at him, he looks like a linebacker, 6'6", 235, but he can move.
Yes, he can.
McNeil in the mid-range. He was sprinting down the floor with Don Daly trying to plead for that call. McNeil's going to rise and knock it down. He's hit over 200 of those in his college career.
Suing, assessing to McNeil. McNeil for 3. It's good.
Anytime you have a shooter like McNeil, you got to give him the green light. Somebody's open, get him the ball. That's where he's got to elevate his game as a passer.
By the way, you see the 2 blocks by Illinois, the most in school history, but it doesn't deter Ohio State. They go right at the rim. 12.5 to play, second half. Ohio State, they've lost 9 straight. 56 days between wins. McNeil. Nice kid run.
That was a great curl.
Yeah. I would agree, and I said it before, he's longer in person than what you see on TV. And McNeil is able to slam it home.
But tonight, the seniors getting the opportunity in their final home game. McNeil will rise and fire and knock it down.
And right now, I don't think there's a coach in this league that wants to see the Buckeyes.
And they're locked into the 13 seed in the Big Ten tournament, Minnesota the 14th. And McNeil has hit his first 2 shots tonight. Ohio State is led by double figures on a couple of occasions, looking to get it back there now, and McNeil obliges. What a good first half for Sean McNeil.
Getting Sean McNeil a quality look.
Averaging 9.5 a game. He already has 10, and here getting the steal.
Great help defense there. Parra's got to look to slip. Sissoko's being really aggressive with some of these hard edges.
Suing from the left baseline.
It just has been tough to get this group to gel, and I do give them credit, though, for hanging in there and staying together.
McNeil knocks down a 3. Hauser wanted to find Hogarth, but that was well defended. But the 3 on the right side from Walker, offensive board. Kohler, the freshman, got stripped by McNeil.
And get Zedke healthy for next year.
He had the shoulder surgery just 2 days ago, so didn't make the trip today. McNeil banks down a 3.
Ball took the brunt of that screen.
Unlikely. Open 3. This time McNeil knocks it down. Timeout.
Chris Holman electing to leave Isaac Likely on the court with those 2 fouls. McNeil cutting and fading. Normally a 3-point specialist, but there from 10 feet.
Great mid-range game to like about Bryce Sensabaugh and his pro prospects.
Well, McNeil is aggressive tonight. He's got 7 early.
Games 10 points a game, and here going right at Chucky Hepburn. You get him up in the air, you step through. Really fundamental, nice solid play by Sean McNeil. I'm telling you, it's all about no reason why the Badgers can't find their rhythm and get right back in this thing.
Last year, Greg Gard, Big Ten Coach of the Year. And what a move! Sean McNeil, have a night.
And at Penn State and going forward, you win a couple games, you build that confidence. This is Sean McNeil putting Connor Essegian in the mix.
Playing with 2 personals, hands off to Sensabaugh. In the corner, McNeil, the find from the freshman. He's got 3.
Yeah, that's a good look from Sensabaugh. Boy, Iowa got the matchup they wanted to.
In the corner, McNeil checked his footwork and gets the 3.
Can Ohio State flip the matchup to their favor on the other side?
Thornton to McNeil. Working against Sanford. McNeil from the elbow. Buckeyes lead again. Thornton lob ahead to McNeil. Double figures again today for McNeil. He had doubles last night. Sensabaugh, baseline jumper. Tie number 4. 4-point lead again for the Hawkeyes. In the corner, Suing. Big 3.
They're going to have to pay attention to Thornton here in a second.
There's McNeil, 15 to shoot. There's the first shot for McNeil and the first make for McNeil. What was that you just said?
Who has point guard experience at Oklahoma State is assuming that role right now. That's a good call on your part, Rick, and let's see how Ohio State handles it.
Parra inside.
Good hard hedge.
Thornton inside and good. Ball tipped out and scooped up by Walker. On the run is Hogarth to the rim. Suing got a piece. McNeil with the save. Long toss ahead to Thornton. He'll take it up and score it.
Boy, what an exchange. The shoe in our face. Nice challenge. Sean McNeil, the lead pass, leading to a layup on the other end.
Same thing, that's one worth trapping, but they don't do that with the big guy. Oh, what a shot. That is McNeil. He can make shots. West Virginia being able to do it. In a way, Douglas Dickinson has had a great career in Michigan. 1 to shoot. McNeil. What a shot it is to beat the clock by fractions.